offseason that you were focused on trying to do a better job yourself of incorporating Taysom into the offense. Was Monday night maybe the best example yet of how you hope to be able to use him on a weekly basis?
Oh, yeah, I think we came out of the first game thinking, we got to get the ball in his hands more, and I think that, however the game plan comes together each week, there's obviously opportunities where, regardless of ball in his hands or on the field, he's a guy that we want out there, whether he's blocking, receiving, playing the quarterback position. He's a guy that we feel good things happen when he's out there.
And Pete, with Kendre, how much have you seen him develop since he got here, and how much are you sort of looking forward to seeing
Yeah,
what he can do?
yeah, I think there's growth every day, really, and obviously, it's for him. The process has been everything I think is positive, and I think that I think there's with the whole situation being smart and just making sure that when it's his time, he's ready to go.
What's different about his running style compared to Kamara and NewOrleans?
Well, I don't know if I want to compare guys to each other, but I would think obviously he's had a lot of success when the ball's been in his hands. But I think there's some power and there's some elusiveness to his running.
How much does it set a young guy back when he misses time, especially with?
Yeah, I think that obviously there's nothing more valuable than the actual experience and being on the field. Obviously, they can be in the meetings, they can be on the field watching and gathering some mental reps. But obviously, the most important thing is when they can get the actual rep themselves.
DA kind of mentioned that one of the things that you all wanted to see from Kendre over the offseason was a greater development of subtlety in route running. Have you seen steps ahead in that with the time that he's been available?
Yeah, I think in the opportunities that he has had, he's proven that he's been able to get open and catch the ball. So I think that part of it is just coming to us really with not much work in that, and nothing against. That's just the style of offense he was in, which was they were pretty good. So there can't be any complaints. But I think that he's proven to us that he can get open and catch the ball when he's given the opportunity.
And where do you feel like he is route diversity-wise in terms of being able to run that tree from the backfield?
I think that there's certain things that we feel good about him doing. There's probably some things just with time on task that maybe he needs more work on.
Looking at the kind of the direction of the passes last week against Carolina, a lot of them were kind of to the sideline. Is that like a byproduct of just the defense?
I think it was it's just a product of what coverages we ended up seeing and where we felt like the ball should go by the natural progression of the quarterback.
We talked to Derek, and he's mentioned a couple times, setting up shot plays. You're not just going deep, you're setting up situations where you can be effective in these certain ways. So when you're kind of in that chess match, and you can get a blitz and you're match protecting, and you have that, is that kind of like the game where you're just trying to find a situation where they're out of what they want to be in against this coverage, and how do you balance that?
Yeah, I think that defenses, they do such a great job really mixing up kind of their calls and what they're doing. And so I think there's part of it that as you're doing the game plan study or preparation game plan throughout the week, there's opportunities like, hey, these are the times where we think that those opportunities might present themselves. And, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. And maybe the quarterback has to find a check down or somebody in the flat. But I think that going into the game, there's obviously times where you feel like, hey, here's a situation where it'd be a good time to take a shot.
And does the protection play into that? Because obviously it takes a little time for those plays.
It absolutely does, and I think that that's all part of the preparation for the week. Is what protections do we want to be in? What do we feel gives us the best opportunity for the quarterback to have timing and be able to get the ball downfield?
Pete, did you see the protection get better from week 1 to week 2?
I did. I think we still had too many sacks, but you can't put that on the offensive line all the time. And I think could be coverage sack. It could be a tight end or a running back. It varies. But I thought the protection was better overall. Yes.
I know you're not looking too far ahead, but how much are you looking forward to getting Allen back next week?
Yeah, I think that we're looking forward to it. Believe me. Yeah, it'd be good to get him out there and get going. But like you said, that'll be next week.
How do you marry how you call a game with how the defense is playing? Does that impact some of the stuff you're calling, how aggressive you might be?
Yeah, I think you go into the mindset with what you've studied, what you've prepared, and then as the game's progressing, you might make some adjustments. Hey, let's get to, like on the sidelines, there's constant communication of, hey, this is what Doug or Kevin might like in the run game, or talking to Ronald and a couple of those guys, hey, let's think about what's mainly on the call sheet. Very rarely, but at times you might come up with something on the sidelines that, hey, we're seeing this, let's put this in. Sometimes those, you might see something in the first half, you're saying, hey, let's wait to halftime and make sure we're coaching that up with our players. But I think there may be some adjustments during the game, but go in kind of with the thoughts of, again, it kind of to that question, like, hey, when you want to call certain plays.
Seems like kind of a simplistic question, but why has the Taysom Hill run package always been like a real, I mean, obviously you see running backs get 20, 25 carries. He's always averaged over 5 yards a carry, 6 yards a carry last year, 8 in this last game. Why haven't we ever seen him get 15 to 20 carries in a game? I mean, what would make that less effective?
I think that you could go into a game and try to get him 20 carries. I think that, physically he's a hard runner, and so sometimes there could be some wear and tear in that situation. But I think, if you came out of a game and he had 20 carries, you'd probably be excited about the results. I think that there's just, there's other things that we're doing. There's other guys on the field that we feel deserve, opportunities to get the ball. So I think, believe me, when he's out in the field and having those opportunities, it's a good thing.
I noticed there's been a couple toss plays to Taysom in that game. Is it kind of just a comfortability thing, or is that just how he's used to receiving the ball?
I think that was the scheme by Doug and Kevin, those guys, kind of with the run game, and just felt like in that situation, the action of the toss was better, and it doesn't necessarily mean it was just for him. There was other guys that maybe could have got that same play. It just worked out at that time of the game. He was the guy that we were tossing it to.
What are some of the things that stand out about the Packers defense?
Well, I'm going to say it every week. This team is disruptive. They're athletic. They can rush the quarterback. I think they have excellent ball skills in the secondary. You see them take the ball away. And so, I say it every week, but obviously another big challenge. It doesn't get easier week to week. It's just you obviously see them all over the place, flying around, playing fast, physical, and like I said, rushing the passer. They're long, athletic, disruptive, all those things that, create challenges.
Hey, Pete, just out of curiosity, on the long pass where Olave made the diving catch, was he ever touched?
Well, that's a good question. So we'll say he was, because the ball, he kind of, dropped the ball there. But it's a good question. I think we'll have to get the TV copy.
So you guys going to get some
But-
grief about that?
Probably a little learning lesson. Hey, get up, run it, finish the play, and definitely don't put the ball on the ground.
So I assume based on where the ball was spotted, the refs would have, because if
Yeah, once you hear the whistle blow in that case, then
so it would have had to be a review.
it would have had to be a review. But the whistle blew, and then you just have to be, any player, just be careful with what you do with the ball after the play, because they could also call delay a game.
Pete, what do you think the red zone hasn't been quite where y'all wanted it to be?
Yeah, I think that obviously we started out 1 for 3 the first week, 1 for 4 if you count the last series, but we weren't at that time trying to score. But then started out 0 for 2. I felt like we put together 2 pretty good drives, and then in the first half and just didn't finish in the red zone. A lot of times I come away from that saying play selection by me.
Is some of that, like, on that, specifically that one where I couldn't tell if it was Tony knocking his head around in time or if they were going to get rid of it?
Yeah, I think there's obviously some coaching going on and saying, hey, this is, the ball's going where it's supposed to go, and then just making sure those guys are on the same page about the running back getting his head around quicker and expecting that ball. Okay? See y'all later. Okay.